I got 2 more bottles of champagne.
Oh, perfect.
Hey,
Cheers. Another cheers to Ellen.
Cheers to Ellen.
To your pride. $5 or pumpers.
That's pretty good
It's
stuff.
very good champagne.
Basically, my aunt, she helped us all the time doing balloons when we needed help for free.
He's very creative.
Always was there. And growing up, going down to, well, I only made it to Catalina once, but I mean, going, to the beach all the time. She was always there. We came here all the time. And the last time I saw her, she said, I said something and I acknowledged her. She says, "You make me laugh." I'm golden.
That's fine.
I'm Craig's wife, and when I came into the family, I just automatically was drawn to Ellen because she was just such a loving, down-to-earth person, and we had a lot in common in terms of loving to throw parties and decorate and bake, and so she was just like my own aunt. She was a wonderful woman, and when we got into doing balloon art and opening day ceremonies for the Dodgers and halftime shows for Rams and things of that nature, and we were a struggling company, and we started getting family to come help, and Uncle David would help build stages, and Ellen was always working with me on centerpieces and
like a
balloon art.
memory at the church or something.
Yeah.
So, and then that's why. But I have a company and I have an appointment.
Of course.
At work. So
Well, it's nice of you to come.
Yeah. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. And nice meeting all of you.
You too.
Thank you. Yeah. Hope to
Thank
see
you,
again.
Aaron.
Thank you, Brad. I gotta go. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Very nice to
Nice
see you
to see
again.
you.
Yeah. We got it.
Don't forget the food.
I think I'm a graybeard on the scene, so I've got about 40 years under the belt. But the most interesting conversation I ever had with Ellen, I was in the commercial real estate business, and we started to transition out of California before Newsom, which ended up being a good thing for us. So we started farming in Idaho, and she had spent probably 25 minutes trying to convince me I was making a big mistake.
Oh my gosh.
We've been farming now for almost 25 years.
Wow.
And it's been a lot. It's been very interesting, very different than building buildings. But she was adamant that I was not supposed to sell my company. I was not supposed to leave the ocean, and I was not supposed to be in Idaho.
Oh
I was supposed to
my
be
gosh.
here with Dave fishing.
Of course.
So
She'd love to hear
yeah.
so much. Yes,
she
I
had
can see
she
that.
had an agenda. And every time I would wash my boat, I would see her, even in the wheelchair, she would wave to me, and she'd always go, "Be careful."
Oh my goodness.
And that's
That is great.
great association. They used to sit in the backyard and listen to big band.
Yes.
Loved the big band music, which
Yeah.
was great. And gosh, she knew all of my kids. Always remembered their names and was very nice to them. So it was a nice woman. Yeah.
Yes, she was.
Great neighbor.
Nice.
Well, once again, my name's Wanda Horton, and Ellen and I were best friends all the way through high school and a little bit in grammar school. And when her brother, Ron, came home from the Korean War, I had it in because Ellen was my best friend. So we started dating, and we were married for many years, and my daughter. She was just such all the way through grammar school and high school, and then we kind of lost touch for a little while, and then we came back. But she was always very, very special.
Yes. Nice.
I am Ellen's niece, obviously. The thing I remember the most is that she was always smiling. I don't think I ever saw her without a smile. And she was very welcoming, very warm and loving and happy. I'm wearing the ring that she gave me because we both had October birthdays. This was my great aunt gave this to her for her 16th birthday, and she gave it to me on my 16th birthday.
Oh,
I will
nice.
give it to my granddaughter next year for her 16th birthday.
Oh, that's
Wow.
beautiful.
That's always makes me think of her, and it's a really special person.
What a great thing.
Ron.
Hi, my name's Patrick. I'm Charlie's son. That's my Uncle Chris, my Uncle Brad. Ellen basically raised me, I would say, and she taught me unconditional love in this house, 100%. I would say I'd probably be a criminal or something worse if it wasn't for my I absolutely loved her and my Uncle Dave and this house and Craig and Stacy. I remember you guys
Of
and going to
course.
San Diego, Camp Land on the Bay all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I just absolutely love my aunt, and she taught me a lot. So I'm just super appreciative of her and my Uncle Dave.
That's wonderful.
Hi, my name's Brad, and I'm Ellen's son. And she was a great lady, always willing to help someone out, good times or bad. She's never had a bad word to say to anybody.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're gonna miss her.
Very much.
Rest in peace, Mom.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and I'm Chris's cousin, and Ellen, I guess, would be my, I don't know, step aunt. As several people have already said, she was a very happy lady. I always think of her as almost mothering. She and I had no relationship, you know, with our families, other than I was the cousin and came down here once in a while. And she was a very happy lady, always treated me very nicely. I hate to say this, but every time I think of Ellen, the thing that I think about with her is one time we were on a camping trip down to Mexico, which we did fairly often during the summer because in the winter, my Uncle Dave would scuba dive at Catalina and catch lobsters and abalone and whatever else is available. And then in the summer, the season changed and it was in Mexico. So we'd go down there on the weekends. And I don't remember where we were camping except somewhere near Rosarita Beach, I guess. And for some reason, we all went to a cantina. And we had a few drinks and we're walking back and it's really dark outside. And the next thing you know, we're walking along and Ellen disappears. And she fell into a ditch.
No.
Unfortunately, I think she broke her leg, which
No.
would cause problems for
Yes.
her all her life.
Yeah.
And because she stubbornly refused to have surgery. But I remember Dave picking her up, you know, like Tarzan taking James to the
Oh
car.
my
And
God.
we had to hurriedly pack up the car, pack up the campsite, and get back to the U.S., I guess just in San Diego, so he could take her to get her knee repaired.
Oh my.
That's an awful thing to think about somebody, but
But
it's
that's what happened to her knee. I never knew how
Yeah.
the injury occurred.
I think it might have been the tequila.
I think it wasn't her songs, man.
No, I don't.
Wow.
I was 9 years old when this happened, and it was Rosarita Beach.
Yeah.
And I remember she was on the path, and the next thing I heard ah.
Yep.
But anyway,
Oh my God.
long story short is my dad did not want anyone working on her in Mexico, so he drove the camper to San Diego. And the first hospital we found in San Diego, he pulled in there. But I remember I was in the back of the camper, and I just got thrown around.
Yeah, he really drove.
You know what I remember?
Yeah, he did drive.
What I remember of that trip was getting to the border crossing and trying to get into the U.S. And they didn't give us a hard time, but they have to ask their questions right. And Dad was said, "My wife, she broke her leg. We need to get her to a hospital." He was really trying to rush it, you know.
Oh,
but
that's.
we got through.
I bet.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so that's my recollection of Ellen, even though she was a wonderful person. That was one thing that stands out in my mind.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathy. Rick and I bought our house 42 or
1982, so 42 years.
years. We lived across the street, and Ellen and Dave were both really friendly when we moved in. We had our 3 children in the house, and a couple things I remember about Ellen is she invited me to go to exercise with her over at the Mormon church. So my 2 were in preschool, and we'd go over there and exercise. And she goes, "Oh, come on, it's really fun." So we go and do these floor exercises and come back, and it was great. But it was, I think she knew I was a young mother that, you know, might want to get out a little bit. So she would take me there, and I can remember going to a USC football game with Dave and Ellen. Mrs. Martin and her husband had season tickets, and so did Ellen and Dave. And Mr. and Mrs. Martin couldn't go, so Ellen and Dave took us. And I think they were playing Notre Dame.
Oh my gosh.
So Rick was rooting for Notre Dame, and I don't think Dave talked to him for a while.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
he was not very happy about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
At least it wasn't UCLA.
Yeah. And then another
I forgot
time,
about that.
when we had a young family, they were having a cookout at the beach, and they invited us to go with them and or meet there or something. We went, and it was just really casual and light and easy, and they were just good neighbors. If you needed anything, you could talk to her or come over, and Dave was always helpful if you needed anything. And
Until our dog bit him.
and another thing about Ellen is we used to have a neighborhood bunco. Do you remember that? I'd go over to Mrs. Martin's and we'd play bingo on the cards. And your mom was so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Mrs. Martin was always playing her old Western Riders on the Prairie or
Riders of the Storm.
yeah. And we would have a lot of fun, and then we'd both stumble home, and it was just really fun. And she was just a really, really great lady and a nice neighbor and a wonderful person. So that's right. So it's fun to hear all these more stories about her.
Well, I traveled
always
a lot.
working.
I was working and traveling, so I didn't spend a lot of social time with the neighbors or anything. But when I think of Ellen, once I retired, I remember Brad, you'd bring her out and she'd sit in her chair out here by the garage in the sun and just, you know, absorbing the sun and staying warm. And I can imagine, you know, she must have really enjoyed, you know, getting out of the house and being able to do that. And I can remember working in the yard and seeing her over here and just enjoying it, you know. And she was a really nice lady. So.
I'm Scott. I'm Eric's son, and so Ellen would have been my great aunt. And we only saw Ellen and Dave and Chris and Brad and this side of the family maybe once a year, every other year. So I liked how my dad pointed out the side that we saw was just unconditional happiness and laughter, and you know that's the side that people show. I'm sure no one can be that happy and laughing all the time.
I think she was.
Yeah, but I was thinking about if I had to speak to everybody and if my dad would be filming it. What I would end
No
with,
pressure, no pressure.
What I would end with is my other memory of Ellen was anytime Dave would say something, Uncle Dave would say something either inappropriate or whatever, it was the way she would say, "David." That's my closer.
I remember that.
Intonation,
Thank you.
perfect.
Perfect.
Stop it.
Okay, hi, my name is Thủy. I am Brad's wife. Ellen is a very good mother-in-law, and she a very good lady. She always smile, and I always tell people who work with me or whoever I know, I said, I have a best mother-in-law in the world. Yeah, so she's really, really nice lady. So I'm always happy. So yeah, so that's what I remember her.
I'd like to add one more thing, since baking was brought up. there's a plate of cookies out there. And when I was growing up as a kid, Ellen would make these things called halfway house cookies. And they were called that because they were halfway between a bar cookie and a chocolate chip cookie. And about 10 years ago, I got the recipe from her. So you have a plate of those. Now, the only real difference in the recipe is I put non-sugar sweetener in it, you know. But I can't guarantee it's going to be baked like Ellen used to make them. But that's what those cookies are.
That's
Her
great.
recipe.
Chris, what would she call them?
Halfway house cookies.
Because our version, we call them half and halves.
Half and half.
And it's
yeah,
half and half.
yeah.
Or something. Am I saying that right, Dad?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So halfway house?
Halfway house
Halfway
cookies.
house.
Okay.
And we call them
That's-
halfway cookies.
So there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Everyone's got their name.
They're all the
That's
same
good.
ones.
I just call them cookies.
Oh,
Yeah.
cookies. There you go. Absolutely.
They change, yes.
Well, I think the food's out there, so it's help yourself, and we'll figure
Perfect.
out seating as we go. And
Excellent.
Okay, so no more. I don't bring up because I like to have the unlook and open it.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at the phone, I don't like it.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah. But when I cannot carry it anymore.
It's kind of freeing. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so and you know, after because so and I'm going to just a little
Yeah.
here and there. Enough.
Yeah, I totally understand. So Tustin, so 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Generally 20 minutes. Even
Freeway or no freeway?
freeway, you just go 55,
Yeah.
55, yeah, 55, and it's 55.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like it goes right by. I took 55 all the way.
Yeah. 55 is fine, only 405 and 73 is overcrowded. Yeah. So we just stop there a little bit after we pass 55.
Yeah.
Create a password, don't wanna do that too. Custom number, don't use. Don't use that, delete that. Go away.
Turkey.
Share with Apple. Don't share.
This one from back.
Get started.
This one from Chris. So I need to find 2 things.
Let's see if I could, what, go away.
Then you go to the map.
That's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Directions to Burbank. What was that?
So I've been trying to clean
There's some good ones over here too, babe.
I did the slideshow. A lot of pictures there. They like to do
I'll do that later.
fishing and touch water all the time.
Yeah, there's stuff all around the house.
Back to the pizza.
Good spread, huh?
Not bad at all.
We need water, so we need water.
But maybe one more. I'm a growing boy.
Good stuff.
How we doing?
Good. So here's
Is this the infamous cookie?
this one from Carly, this one
Those
from
are
Chris.
better than anything you've ever had. Oh,
This one, Chris, the one
They're
that Chris
so
talking
good.
about.
There you go.
They're
This
really
is the
good.
one. And the drink right there.
Nice.
Take pictures of each other.
Yeah.
So the last time we saw a kayaking event was the Dragon boats in Long Beach Harbor. And I got further. It's really cool.
Yep.
Actually, a lot of them are UCI College and Orange Coast College. Really appreciate it. This will be my mom's final voyage. Her and Dad both love the ocean. I'm so very thankful for all the things that she did for me and everyone else. She taught me the value of life and many other things. God bless you, Mom.
Amen.
You want to stand here? After the action, you guys can throw our roses. Okay? Roll out. Okay, Captain, you can circle around now. Okay, already did. Okay, thank you. You guys want me to take a picture of
Yeah,
all
sure.
of you guys
Me.
together?
Yeah.